Hey guys, and welcome to a new movie review. What do you guys like about Thanksgiving? Do you like murder, killing, all the fun stuff? Well, I got a movie for you. It is Thanksgiving, a slasher. This is, without a doubt, I would say, from all the movies I've seen, now I've not seen every slasher movie, obviously, maybe that's out, but I think this is one of the best modern slashers, if not the best modern slasher. It is great. That is a new property that is based, also I'm not counting ones that are based on the previous properties like the Scream movies and something. I'm like, we're calling it new original ones. This, I think, is great. I know Art the Clown, I guess that's also slasher. I've not seen those movies. What's it called? Terrifica, whatever those movies are. I do want to watch a movie that look fun, violent. Movies that I would enjoy. But this movie is one of the best modern horror movies, and also there's not a lot of movies for Thanksgiving. There's only one I can think of, and we all know I reviewed it on the channel. I actually reviewed it, and you know what movie it is? I'm not gonna have to make a reference to the movie Blood Rage. I forget what the clip is. There's a very purple line. Something, and I can't remember what it is. It's bugging me. I actually want to watch that movie again because it's so kind of goofy and fun, and I like it. It's great. It's one of those movies that fits a little more on the goofy side, but it's fun and I enjoy it. I think half the cranberry sauce or something. I don't know. It's a little bit of the goof side, but I like it. But Thanksgiving, we gotta jump into this. I don't want to make this video super long, but this is a modern slasher movie, so let's jump into it. It came out in 2020, I believe 2023, but I don't think it came out before that. So it came out, I think, last year for Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna give it a watch. Doing this, I was like, do I know? Also, when it comes to reading a movie that's a little older, that I have seen, like basically these modern ones, anyone I saw in theaters, if I know it enough that I saw in theaters on the list of movies I have not reviewed yet, if it's one I know enough, well, I'm like, cool, I know it pretty much. If I know it, and I'm like, yeah, I know it, then I won't rewatch it. Like this one I knew, like I like all those things in my head. There's a couple of things I just wanted to make sure, like who the killer was, and because I'm like, I'm pretty sure I knew who they were, and so I looked it up. Somebody also posted this full movie on YouTube, so if you're on YouTube, you can give this a watch for free. Somebody posted it. By the time you watch this video, if you're watching this, I don't know when you're watching this video, it might not be on there, but at the time I'm recording this, I just went to look up some stuff, like the trailer and some stuff about this movie, just to get a little bit of refresh, or at least to, get something, because I knew it, but just to get some little things. But I was like, and so I put the whole movie on YouTube, so I came through and got this couple things I needed. So let's jump into this movie. This movie is taking place on Thanksgiving. There's this place in town that's like this shop. I guess you could say it's like a Walmart or something. It looks kind of like a Walmart, just maybe not as big or something. But they're doing a special sale on Thanksgiving night. They just opening up early on Thanksgiving night to do this thing, and then the kids go to the place because the one's dad works there, so they sneak in early. There's a big crowd outside, people wanting to get in, and then this other girl comes who is like, hey, it's the wife of this guy who works at the place. I think he's like the manager, and she is also pregnant. So keep that in mind. She's there. She's pregnant. She's only there because he forgot like his lunch or food or something, and so he had to go take it to him. So that's that. So knowing that, and then the kids go in early, and then people see that the kids went early, and so they start going in, basically like trying to get past the bear and the people who are guarding it and stuff, and then they break in, and one of the guys on the other side, the door breaks in, and it crushes a guy, and he's like underneath this thing, and he's like dying, or like he's barely really hurt, and he's like crushed under it, because they go in, and then just shit goes crazy. People start getting hurt bad, to a point where I'm like, this is... Also, I want to make the point, the guy who gets, first I want to mention a couple things. The guy gets crushed in this thing, the door's on him, and he's crushed, and he's like, he's still alive, but it's like, holy shit, he's still alive. Like, people running and trying to get stuff, and there's something I will mention in a minute about this, but I really like and don't like at the same time, trying to, like, push through on the side. There's like a piece of glass on the side of the door. He cuts through and, like, cuts his thing, and he's bleeding, and he dies. He dies in the store, like, he dies. And that's the thing, is like, also, the girl who was, the guy, he's like, there's this guy who's one of the main kids of the thing. He's dating the main girl who is, they're together on it, the main girl who is, I forget the name, I should have looked at that, maybe. The main girl who is their father who runs the store, she cries, he sees the guy who's under the thing, like under the sign or whatever, he's like, hey, he's still alive, I gotta go help him. But, hey, it sucks, because I'm like, hey, at least you're doing kind of the right thing, even though it turns out bad for you, because he tries to go, and somebody stomps on his hand. And like you can see it like fully like breaks in like in a way I'm like, oh god, Jesus Christ. Like this is a good opening for the movie, and it does make it a good example of why the killer's doing stuff, but he basically gets fucked, and he is also like, I think he's like I believe some type of, like he does football or something, so after that, can't do football, he breaks his hand or something, so he ruins his football career or something. I know it's a sport, I believe it was football. Definitely, if it was soccer, you would have been fine, but it definitely was, I believe, football, and he ruins that for him. And then I can't think who else gets hurt. And some other people do get kind of hurt. There's the girl who, as I said, who was the wife of the one person who walked there, who was, I think, the manager. He walked out, I think he was the manager, but he ends up dead. Like, she dies, and like I said, she was pregnant too, so it's like, oh. Then the cop comes over and sees him crying about his wife, and then he took some gun and like, oh, shoots it. And I believe he's the one, it was him, the cop right there, or it wasn't a cop, but he was being with the, was actually seeing her, having a secret affair with her, and it was actually maybe his baby, so he's even more like brought up about it. And at the end it's with him like shooting the gun, and it cuts to the title. It's like, no, it's like, she's like, it was like, it's crazy. Now, the part I think about this movie, and I'm watching the beginning of this part, because like I said, it was on YouTube. I came through the beginning of this part, like watching it, I had the same thing when I first watched it. The beginning scene, when they're at the store, and everything starts, the crazy shit starts happening, people start dying. Something about that scene gets me in a way that I've not felt in a lot of horror movies, so that's why this movie gives me a little bit props, because it made me feel a way where I'm like, I was trying to figure out what to explain it, because every time I watch it, I'm like, I don't like this for some reason. Something about this, I do not physically give me a feeling that I do not like. It's not because of the violence, right? Because I've watched tons of violent horror movies. I love me some good violence. I'm down for that. But I think it has a lot to do with situation, the people, so maybe it has to do with also the care of these people are like rushing and trying to get these deals, and they care so little about anything. Like they want to get the deal so bad, they will do like they are like almost everybody in the store. Any of the customers who go in to buy anything, who are rushing in trying to do stuff, I consider almost none of them a human being. Because any of them, I'm like, they all should die. Like if the cop shot any of them, I'm like, would have been justified. Most of them, these people are like all the people who are trying to get in and get these deals. All scum, awful human beings. Even though the other people do use, there's some reasons you could be like, yes, I know why the killer goes after certain people, and there's reasons for that. But also a little bit scum, completely scum. And what 8 minutes in, and I haven't really got into this movie, so but it gave me a visceral feeling, and I'm like, I do not like this, and I think it's because the people coming into the store and trying to get stuff, and because it's so violent, so like awful, and people just so don't care. It's like when she shoots the gun at the end, I'm like, I'm surprised I did anything when she shot the gun up in here. I'm like, you should have, I don't know. But that scene just left me with the feeling, watching it again, I had that same feeling when I was going through, well, not rewatching, but watching skimming through it. I saw that scene, I watched parts of it, I'm like, oh my god, it still gets me. I'm like, then it cuts to next year. That's after the title sequence cuts to next year. We're gonna kind of quick through the rest of it because it's a long one. After that, cuts to next year, and then obviously we have the group of kids. The one kid who got his arm broken, who was dating the main girl or seeing her, he went off, but he comes back in the movie and starts to not see her, but kind of like talk to her and stuff, and she's dating somebody new now. He's a new friend, dating this new person now, and they're part of the group, because then somebody starts killing people, and the first person they killed is one of the people who were in the thing, who was like actually one of the people who were trying to go in and get the deal. So I'm like, hey, I'm okay with you dying. I'm actually, after what happened last year, I'm like, yeah, you're a person. I'm like, kind of don't give two fucks about you. Then a lot of the other people, I'm like, okay. They trying to kill the dad for like opening up on that day. I'm like, you cannot blame him for that. Because the next day, if the same thing happened the next day, you can't blame him. It's the people. I feel like it's the people more at fault than the store owners, because there's nothing they can do. Like they can do only so much, and it's like, yeah, it is a crazy thing. But the person who dies is one of the girls who was trying to get good deals. He walked out the diner, she gets killed, and I like all the kills in this. All very, I feel like unique or like interesting. And it's fun faster, and they do it in all like each kill has a unique thing to it, so they all feel different. It's fun. But then it kills also the guy, one of the security guys who was walking at the place. He eventually dies, and then he starts going after people, and then he sends a text to the kids, and they all get these things on their phone and like, hey, dinner table, and with all the names on, they're all gonna come to it. And he does kill some of the, I think, kids or teens before they get to the whole thing at the end. Or maybe some of them are there at the end and they're like dead or something, but he goes after some of them beforehand. One go out of her house and stuff. So stuff's just going down. So eventually it gets to the point where dad's trying to open up. Also, it's the main girl's dad trying to open up for Thanksgiving again, trying to open up the store. I'm like, you shouldn't open up. You shouldn't open it up at all. So say, act something like that. I don't think you should be open at Thanksgiving at all. Be like, deals, deals, yes, to the point, but I'm like, you should say fuck the deals at that point. Like, fuck the deals, no more of this shit, out the window. But it gets to where eventually he takes them all and he has them all at the dinner table and stuff. And up to one point where he's at the school and he's trying to kill them at the school, and I think he gets a couple of them. But then it gets to the point where they're all sitting down at like the table and stuff. And the one girl, the guy's wife, the main guy's wife, I believe it's his wife. So he puts her and like cooks her and stuff, and like puts her in like an oven and cooks her. It does them off. Yep, see, people get killed in the way it's a bit interesting. Like a turkey, it's fun. I like some of the kills. It's fun. A decent number of them make it out. So we have the main girl, both of her boyfriends, because we have the new one and the old one. The old one comes back and stuff. So we think, oh, maybe it's him, but they do think it's the new boyfriend because he somehow ends up with like the Max. That is this guy John Carpenter, who's like basically an old like legend. This is happening in Massachusetts. Placid, Massachusetts, whatever. It's happening there, and there's this old legend with him, like a Thanksgiving thing, and John Carver or whatever. And there's a point where there's a parade, and a bunch of people have these masks on, so it's like hard to tell who's who. It's like very like, I feel like at something like that, you should have banned that. Be like, no, that's a ban. Anybody who has a mask like that should be banned, or be like, oh, well, take the mask off now, just take it off. But yeah. But the cops kind of figure out what's going on, and eventually at the end they do stop him, or at least kind of stop him. It's one of those things where they stop him at the end, and it's like, oh, is he really, because they don't find a body or anything, like, is he dead? And kind of does that fake thing with like, we don't know if we actually killed him or not, but I'm pretty sure he's not dead, but because I know horror movies, he's not dead. But the main girl makes it out, but like the both boyfriends, even though the one was presumed, they think one guy wasn't, but he's like, glad he wasn't. But it's like the other guy, you say, it's like, hey, tell your boyfriend, glad he's not the killer, but he's kind of a dick. But yeah, and then some of the other friends, the black guy, and I believe this other girl make it out of the movie, and then this other people this other guy because there's a point where they go to this party, and they meet this guy there, who kind of helps them, who has like a gun and stuff, gives them a gun and stuff. It's like, you help him. He's a fun character. I forget what did you know what this character is. He's a fun character. He's like a, has a hillbilly or something. I just invite him like punk, like a rock. So yes, invite, you know, a guy he has the truck and stuff. He's a fun character. I forgot he was kind of in this movie until I skipped it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the one thing I forgot. I'm like, you were in this movie. He's fun. He's great. This is great. I enjoy it. Oh, and spoiler warning now, so I can tell you who the killer is. It was the sheriff, the guy who was seeing the girl, you know, the pregnant girl in the beginning, who dies in the beginning. He's the one who was like really mad about it because obviously he got her pregnant and that was his kind of kid. So I can understand why he would be mad about that and want to kill other people. I don't think it's the kids who went and snuck in early because the one kid like followed him. I don't think it's any of their fault. In my opinion, I believe full-heartedly it's the people who were trying to get into the store. You kind of get the deals and didn't care about human life. The other scum who kind of get into that store to get those deals. Those are the people who I think you scared, but you did kill some of them, at least one of them. So yeah, it was a fun movie. I enjoy this movie. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. If you want a good slasher, I know this video is going to be a little long. I talked about it way more than I thought I did, but yeah, fun movie. Not seen it, saying giving a high recommendation. I think one of the best slasher movies. Let's get on to the rating. This gets a solid 9 for me. One, because of that scene in the beginning, made me feel something I don't feel in a lot of movies, and I like that. Especially with horror movies, it makes me feel like a certain way. I'm like, yep, if a horror movie can do that, that's great. If a horror movie can make me like scared, like not like scared, like jump scares, right? Oh, something, boo, like that. Any movie can do that. A non-horror movie can do that. Because that can happen to anybody. Some people are not scared with that. Sometimes that doesn't get me, but sometimes the jump scare will get me. I'm like, okay. You get that like second of like, oh, I'm scared. It's like for so short amount of time, I'm like, you're scared for so short amount of time when watching a movie, when that happens. And I'm so far already back into it. So that I don't really count that, but when I'm something like it's eerie, scary in a way where I'm like, I do not feel, this feels weird or uncomfortable, or like I like that more kind of scary, but it's like something that lingers, something that if you think about it, I'm like, yeah, that was fucking, like, you know, that's the kind of scary I think it works better with something that's more just boo, like I think other scary that's good. And also any movies that give you any kind of weird feeling and make you feel like I do not like this, or in a good way in horror movies do that, and this one, like I said, the scene being does that, this is great, and it's just a good slasher movie, and there seems to be, there might be a second one coming out in 2025. I don't know, because when I looked this up, like, you know, the cast and things about this movie, it did show things for Thanksgiving 2, so we might be getting a sequel. If we are, I'm 100% down to watch it. So what you guys think of this movie, let me know in the comments down below. This video turned out to be a longer video than I thought, but hey, it's going out Thanksgiving, so I'll at least try to be going out Thanksgiving, kind of going out tomorrow. I'm filming this the day before Thanksgiving, so we'll see if it gets out before Thanksgiving. It's a longer video, so we'll try. Thank you guys for watching. You guys can always stay epic and see the next movie, you guys. Bye, guys.